Big welcome everyone. So today we're just going to have what we call a quickie, okay? A quickie demonstration of a Christmas door wreath. Something ideal for the beginners, something easy for you to copy at home. So before we get started, first of all, introduce myself. My name is Janette. I'm from Case Flower School and we're a training school based here in Dublin. Now we are a little bit different to most floristry schools. All our training is online. So we're probably one of the only full-time professional training floristry schools in the whole of the world. We would have students from all over Ireland, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, all parts of the UK, England, Scotland and Wales, and much further afield. America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand and all parts of Europe. We ship all of the materials and we arrange fresh flower deliveries no matter where you are in the world. Get in touch with us. info@caseflowerschool.com if you want more information. Now you who are watching, I'd love if you comment below, let me know where you're watching in from, what part of the world you're in, and obviously what's the weather like. So today, as I said, keeping it simple, keeping it Christmassy, I have a pre-greened up base which you can buy yourself locally in your local florist, your garden centre, or even a wholesaler if you're dealing with wholesalers. That is something that we cover as part of our training here at the school, is all about the wholesalers, trade cards, minimum requirements, getting registered for VAT. That's all part of the tutorials. And something extra that we always offer something extra, but something extra that we offer our students is our student resource. And that's found on our website. So on our website, one of our buttons is called Student Resource. And this is where they have continuous membership to it. They're all issued with a login and a password when they become part of Case Flower School. We have a motto, once a student of Case, always a student of Case. And this is where, with Student Resource, we're constantly updating it with more information. But one of the topics covered in the Student Resource is wholesalers and suppliers for all over the world. And when our students log into it, say they were looking for a fresh flower supplier in Holland as an example, they will get the names of the fresh suppliers, the reps, their web addresses, their email addresses, the reps' contact telephone numbers, the minimum orders that you have to purchase, the minimum quantities, a discount code, because a lot of our suppliers issue us with a discount code that our students can use. And again, as I said, it's constantly kept updated. And even for the Dutch websites, we have like temporary logins. So the students, before they actually officially open up their own account with the Dutch suppliers, they can use a temporary login like a resource, temporary password, and they're able to log into the websites, the Dutch websites, see exactly what's going on, see the prices, and basically play around with it until they kind of build up the confidence to order the flowers themselves. So back to, I have my bow made and I'm now going to insert the bow in the bottom of the wreath. When you're making a door wreath, some people like to put the bows at the bottom and some people like to put the bows at the top. I personally prefer them at the bottom, but it's completely up to yourself. So there's our kind of like red velour bow. Now that particular ribbon, you can purchase that from UK Floral Supplies, which is one of the suppliers our students would actually deal with. And the little artificial poinsettias that I'm using now, they're also a red velour kind of like flocked poinsettia. So they come on this plastic stem, and what we're doing is we're inserting the plastic stem down into the base, and then underneath I'm hooking it like a U-bend and pressing it back up into the base to secure it. So again, the side that you're working on, always have that close to your tummy. Insert the wire down into the frame, and then where the wire comes out the other end, you can see it there, is make like a little U-bend and place it back up, insert it back up into the base, and that's how you secure the little flowers on. The red poinsettias are always popular at Christmas time. I kind of have them in a kind of a winey colour as well. So that's the red one and that's the wine one, just to show you just that little bit different. Okay, so there's our little poinsettias. What I also like to add in is a bit of holly. Now you can substitute this for fresh holly, but it depends on the time of year. You will find, like, if you start inserting the holly too early, and I would say anything before the 6th of December is too early, what'll happen is your holly will actually go black for you and the leaves will all start to fall off. So always leave the holly till after the 8th of December and you'll find then it'll be absolutely, you know, be nice and fresh and it'll stay on way into like your new year. The actual spruce base itself, that will last no problem at all. And again, we get like questions like when will they start making them, when will they start decorating them. I normally recommend from the last week in November. So last week in November, buy in your frames, start decorating them. In Ireland, people normally hang them on their doors. They have children anyway, they hang them on their doors around the end of November when the Late Late Toy Show is on the TV, which is kind of an Irish tradition. Obviously, if you're watching from further afield, you'll wonder what I'm talking about. But every country has their own traditions. Now again, we get a lot of questions, just to show you what it's looking like so far. We get a lot of questions about grave wreaths, or like making wreaths for going on graves. Like, to be honest, I make my grave wreaths as nice as I make my door wreaths. I don't believe in making a grave wreath skimpy or miserable or putting hardly any material on it. I know some people do, and I have seen like Christmas grave wreaths and there might be a cone and one poinsettia on it, and that's all there is. To me, Christmas is Christmas. No matter whether you're in heaven or you're here on earth, you know, that way. I like my door wreaths and my grave wreaths to be really fancy. I do put a lot of material into them, and I will own up there. And I know some of you watching might say that you prefer less material or less detailed, you know, that way in your wreaths, and that's absolutely fine. Like, at any stage you can stop, you know what I mean? So if you're copying this at home and you kind of feel, oh God, I have enough, well then just stop. You don't have to keep putting in all the material that I am putting in. Now you will notice with the pine cones, when I'm inserting the pine cones, again I'm turning the base on the table, so it's overlapping the edge of the table here while I insert the wires. And underneath, even though you may not think it, each time I insert a wire, I am hooking the wire back up under the base. But when I'm inserting the pine cones, I like to bring pine cones to the inside of the door wreath as well as the outside of the door wreath. So you can see the way I have them inside and outside, and it just makes them look that little bit chunkier looking. And the very last thing I'm going to add into this door wreath now is some of the orange slices, and the scent of these are fabulous. And again, I always think at Christmas time, orange slices or lemon slices, like the dried out versions, again, are beautiful. We get lots of questions about drying these out. We buy them in already dried from the suppliers or the wholesalers, but you can dry them out yourself, like using a dehumidifier. I know Deirdre tried it using the air fryer, wasn't really successful. We didn't think they looked as nice, you know, that way. But there is a place in Wicklow called Wicklow Foliage Farm. It's a foliage farm we buy all our foliage in from. So if you wanted the spruce to buy it and make up the wreath yourself, which I do have videos for that, just keep a watch here, or follow us on YouTube, and I have lots of free tutorials over on our YouTube channel showing you how to moss up the bases and showing you how to spruce up the bases, you know what I mean, to make your own door wreaths. But back to Wicklow Foliage Farm, his daughter actually dries out all the lemons, the limes, the grapefruits, the oranges. They dry all of them out themselves, and they have them available for sale. And I have to say, they're absolutely gorgeous. So our very last thing, so I think I nearly have enough detail there. Our very last thing with our door wreath is using our hanger to hang it up on the door. So this is just like cheap polyprop ribbon. Cut yourself a strip of it, hook it around the base. I like to kind of tuck it in under the foliage so it's not so obvious, okay? So there's my two little strips there. I'm just going to tie a knot. Just try not to catch the foliage in, that's flattened. So tie a knot, and there you go. You can pass it to your customer and it's ready to hang out their knockers, as I just say. For more information on training to be a florist, whether you want to get a job in a flower shop, work as a home-based studio, do a little bit from home, whether it's for the busy periods like Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, etc. Be a wedding florist specialising in wedding bouquets and wedding flowers, or even to be an event and hotel decorator. We have courses to cover all aspects of floristry. Drop me an email, info@caseflowerschool.com.